Hello, I'm Burton C of Fear Factory, and I'd like to say thank you and a huge shout out to my friends of BraveWords.
Metal Tim from BraveWords, sitting here with a longtime friend. Like, I don't think long time is even, like, it's longer than that.
Yeah, it's from last century.
At Heavy Montréal 2016, of course, Burton C from Fear Factory.
Hello, everyone.
Hails. Welcome back to Canada, my friend.
Welcome. Thanks for having us. Beautiful day to be in Canada here in Montreal. Beautiful. And it's good to be playing Heavy MTL again. It's been about 4 or 5 years since we did it last time.
Yeah, right.
But everyone remembers the catering.
I know. No, the catering is just unbelievable.
Off the hook.
Absolutely. Now, we've got quite the history. It's kind of weird. Like, pre-Fear. It's funny to actually have a pre-band history. Would you like to talk about it for a minute?
Before I met you and before we even toured, but the album had just come out.
Right.
And I was working at Relativity in Torrance, California, just doing shipping and receiving. So I'd be pulling, CDs and cassettes and LPs for orders for stores all over North America, and having to send it to this kid in
Toronto.
I sent it to a record store in Toronto, and whenever there was a Fear Factory order, because I was working there when the Fear Factory album came out. Whenever there was a Fear Factory order, and there was at least a CD in there, I'd sign the box that the box that was shipped in, and you're the only person that ever caught that. I've signed hundreds of them,
dude, and we've sold truckloads. We sold truckloads of that first record, of all the records, but the first one was obviously. But we're also celebrating a new one, and you're playing it live.
Genexus, yeah. We didn't play any tonight.
No, but I mean Demanufacture.
Oh,
like you're celebrating that.
Oh yeah,
that monster release.
Yeah, it's now 21 years old. We've been doing the 20-year Demanufacture for a year now.
Right.
And I think this is the last show of it in North America, and then we got one more to do in Bloodstock in England.
So how do you think it's aged over time?
I think it's holding up. You know, it still sounds sonically. It sounds fresh. Sonically, it sounds still powerful, even compared to new engineering and new production techniques. It was recorded on 2-inch tape. It wasn't recorded on a computer, so it has a lot. To me, it has a lot of depth to it sonically, and conceptually, it speaks of what happens. You know, it speaks of the times of today as well.
No, it's weird. It's hard to describe that kind of release because it's, even though it's 20 years old, it still sounds like the future. That's pretty fucked up, actually.
That's great.
Right?
It is. It's amazing. People hear that this record's 20 years old, and we put our heads together on that one. That's one of those albums that's just magic. You had to be there. You had to be part of it. All the things we were experiencing. The big chat. It's all. It's telling a chapter in our individual lives, personal lives, as well as the band's life. So there was a lot of memories there.
So what's the band dynamic now? How are you guys feeling?
We're feeling pretty tight. Mike Heller's been with us for over 4 years now. Tony Campos just took over the bass, and Dino and I are getting along great and working really well together. It's a well-oiled machine. We're working. It works, and we're in our own show when we have a sound check and all that stuff. It sounds really tight.
So what was with that bad blood with Dino, even if you can call it bad blood, or is just
kids growing apart for a while,
right.
And you have a spat and you go and do
You're
other
too
things.
immature to deal with it.
Technically, that's
right.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
We're just but water under the bridge,
right.
And we grew up a little bit, and things are better. Things are much better now.
Nice. So what does the future hold? Can you give us a little broadcast? If you can. I've asked that question a lot today, and I've had
half
the people Can't fucking tell us a bloody thing. And you can keep it secret if you want. So
for my band,
yeah, for you.
The future holds.
Well, there's also like your side stuff that we need to talk about as well.
Oh yeah,
talk about that world.
Well, the future for me, I'm going to continue working as an artist. Fear Factory will continue to make a record. Nuclear Blast decided to pick up our option.
Nice.
And we're going to go for that.
Yay, Marcus.
Yeah, they came through. Probably in the time period before we start writing a new Fear Factory record, I'm going to work on my new Watchers album with John and Edu, and my friend Jace Lewis. I think we're all going to work on that together and find a home for it. I'm going to write another graphic novel.
Okay.
The Industrialist was a success for an art release, a very independently self-published release. It was very successful. I made 500 copies. I'm sold out, and it was great. And the fans want to do more, want to see more.
How does that feel as an expression? What does that do to your soul?
I love writing, and I love seeing an artist capture the images I have described in words. And it's amazing to see my artist that I'm working with, Noel Gard. He's been a long-time Fear Factory fan, which helps. And he loves the concepts. He's into the same things we're into, and I'm into. So we have great conversations when we speak. So he, as an artist, just knows what Fear Factory is all about and what the stories I talk about and write about are all about. So he captures them perfectly. So I'm going to continue the story of the Industrialist with him.
So we will have a new Fear Factory record at some point in time.
Oh yeah. 2018.
Wow, even skipping next year.
We take our time writing an album.
Yeah.
And we don't do well when we do well when we're rushed and under stress, but we work better when we have time to really think about it and rearrange things and just make sure it's good.
So Nuclear Blast was happy when you said that, we won't deliver it for another 16 months.
Well, they don't know that yet.
Oh. Until now. Breaking news.
That's just the future. It'll take a year. Well,
you can't force it.
No, well, you got the time to write and record it, and then the 3 months after to promote it, and then it comes out. Right. That's a year already. So it'll probably come out 2018 at some point.
Nice.
So I'm just being a little realistic. We still got touring to do. We're after this show, and then we have one more show in Amityville. We're flying to Europe for the late summer festivals. I'm going to be seeing Mastodon again at Bloodstock, and a lot of other friends. That's the cool thing about these festivals. I just run into friends I haven't seen in ages, maybe even just recently. But I still get to have a chance to see everyone, and it's like, for me, it's a family reunion.
I was just going to say, friends more important than family.
In some cases, yes. I agree.
You rule, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, Tim, and
awesome.
Thank you, because you guys have been ardent supporters since day one. Yeah. And it's always been great. And thank you for the wonderful gift you gave me. That
awesome.
That hockey jersey. I'm going to throw the gloves off and go to town.
I can't wait for the climate to change when you're going to actually wear it.
Oh, I'm going to Europe, and European summers, they're pretty chilly.
There we go. Awesome.